channels and rock my brain. An American dreaming I'm running away to a time where things will get a little better someday. Maybe things will get a little better. I wanna take my girl to a Rockwell world, find a little house in Sleepy Town. I wanna hear Paul Harvey on the radio telling how the dream has come back around. Push the button, pull the chain, flipping through the channels and rock my brain. An American dreaming I'm running away to a time where things will get a little better someday. Maybe things will get a little better.
Gary Howey's Outdoorsman's Adventures, brought to you by Cabela's, the world's foremost outfitter. Winchester Ammunition. We don't just make ammunition, we use it just like you for hunting and shooting. South Dakota's Missouri River Tourism. Come and explore the Missouri River of South Dakota. Northland Fishing Tackle, the fisherman's favorite. Country Vet Dog Food, loved by pets, trusted by owners. Frable, trusted fishing gear since 1938. Wrangler Pro Gear, it's always hunting season around here. Offshore Tackle, the leader in trolling technology. Pheasants Forever, the Habitat Conservation Organization. Zipple Bay Resort, set your hook on a great vacation on Minnesota's Lake of the Woods. South Dakota Tourism and Visit Watertown. Tyndall Motors, Tyndall, South Dakota, your local Tracker Marine dealer.
Welcome to another Outdoorsman Adventures. Today, team member Larry Myhre and I are up at Pehrson Lodge up on Lake Vermillion. I mean, we're up north there, aren't we?
We're way up north. We're on the Precambrian Shield. Lake Vermillion is 1,250 miles of shoreline, 365 islands, and it's a wonderful fishing lake.
Beautiful. You know, you've talked about this for years, and I had no idea where it was. Now I know. It's about 10 hours from Sioux City, which is a nice drive, really, because most it's interstate, but this is a beautiful area. I mean, this is like Canada.
You have the feeling that you're really out in the wilderness somewhere in Canada, and but you're really not. I mean, it has that feel, but it's still you're still close to civilization.
Yeah. Oh, and unfortunately, we brought the rain with us.
We brought the rain.
But we'll get her done. But
yeah,
we're looking at muskies, walleyes, panfish, pike, smallmouth bass. Got everything. Looks to me like there is a lot of structure in this lake.
Yeah, innumerable reefs.
Yeah, hopefully we don't find any by accident.
They say they're all marked now.
We hope so, we hope so. Well, this is a great opportunity for us to come up here to Pehrson Lodge and fish with Eric and Myhre, and we're really looking forward to it. So let's see if we can't show the folks a little bit of northern Minnesota and of Lake Vermillion.
Let's go do it.
Sounds good. That afternoon, we'd hit the water with Bucky, one of the Lake Vermillion guides, to do some fishing for the huge variety of fish calling Lake Vermillion home.
Go up about a crank and a half and I get good crank.
That was quick.
A little, nice bluegill.
Fish on. Oh, that's a good one. I got one over here too.
Good.
Another nice gill.
This one.
Oh my gosh, he swallowed the hook.
Did he? I love bluegill.
Oh yeah.
Fun to catch, good to eat.
Good to eat. I bet they are. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, they're stacked up. This is actual bottom here. These are all fish. There's no right in here.
What you got there, a little bluegill? Tell you what, panfish are fun to catch, especially when they're biting like this. You can't hardly beat it. What's the main species on the lake that people are after? Walleye like other?
I would say walleye, followed by muskie, followed by bluegill. Yeah, there's really good smallmouth bass on Lake Vermillion.
They put up a good fight. Here we go. That's a pretty little bluegill. Pretty little fish.
Trying to help you make it a triplet here, boys. I don't know. It's a little smaller there.
That's a nice gill. No, that's a smallie.
Two little small ones.
A little smallmouth, yeah. Now the way he was pulling, I thought it's a big gill, but it was a smallmouth.
I think I got a smallie too.
Kind of a cutie. Little smallmouth bass.
Look, 3 of them.
They like to.
They do get bigger.
They like to fight, don't they?
They do.
Boy, they're good fighting fish.
Pound for pound, I think they are the toughest fish.
I agree. Yeah, they are.
If you're looking for excellent fishing, hunting, boating, and vacation destinations, you'll want to come and experience South Dakota's Missouri River on Lakes Oahe, Sharp, Francis Case, and Lewis and Clark, where you'll find great fishing, hunting, boating, and vacation destinations. Check out South Dakota Missouri River Tourism at sdmissouririver.com. You've been fishing and hunting for years. When you finally get that trophy of a lifetime, let Tennis Taxidermy, Watertown, South Dakota, create a lifelike mount that you'll be proud to display. With over 17 years experience, Sean Tennis has brought hunters and anglers trophies to life, giving them the opportunity to relive their trips of a lifetime for years to come. Sean Tennis, a full-time taxidermist, creating one lifelike trophy at a time.
Every decoy to me looked alike. You know, you had football-shaped decoys. So we went to an actual bird carver to have him carve birds rather than decoys. And then we made the molds off of the original carvings.
Don't compromise realism for durability. Now you can have both. DakotaDecoy.com. This portion of Outdoorsman's Adventures is brought to you by Carhartt Lumber, Hartington, and Norfolk, Nebraska.
That's how they start. Go back and tell your mama, a nice guy let you go. What we're using right now, basically we're fishing for smallie and walleyes, is that right? Well, we're using a fill slip bobber, couple split shot, and down on the receiving end we just got a real small jig with just a piece of crawler. And basically we've got the slip knot up here, we cast out, and that float goes up until it hits that slip knot and sets the depth, and that way you can cast it and not have to worry about the bobber or the float getting in the way. How long have you been guiding here?
16 years. I fished the lake for 26 years and I've been guiding for 16. Took the first 10 to kind of learn the ropes a little bit, and as you can see, it's just a beautiful lake. Canadian shield, pines, the white pines, we get the red pines, the rock outcroppings are just beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area. Yeah, it sure is. So you spend a few hours in the water, hey?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Guide primarily out of this?
Yep, all over, all over. Yep, we've got actually a guide league that we've got a web page, and we work closely with the Resort Association.
Okay, cool.
So there you go. There you get the back job. Is that a world record?
Not even close. Variety, right?
Yeah, variety. Nice little fish. We'll do a somersault. Back.
This is quite a musky lake too, isn't it?
It is. I don't fish for muskies per se. I love seeing them. I mean, they're the real curious animal. A lot of times on these rock piles, they'll hear you come and anchor up, and they'll come up from the bottom and actually start to porpoise and kind of look and see, check you out.
Really?
Yeah. And any fish that isn't afraid of a 20-foot boat.
Yeah, there you go.
Think twice about swimming in this.
That's right. Man, there are a bunch out there.
That's perch and that's walleyes. I'm 99% sure.
Oh, there you go. That looks like a decent one.
Get out of the way.
Huh? No. There you go, Myhre. Attaboy. Save that sucker. That may be supper.
Be a good shoreline.
Hey, stay tuned. Outdoorsman Adventures will be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Chuck Cross Guide Service, South Dakota hunting and fishing at its best. South Dakota is a world-class destination for those who love hunting ringneck pheasants. Cross Guide Service has the land, excellent habitat, the birds, and the accommodations to make your next hunt one to remember. Cross Guide Service has it all and also offers a combination hunting and fishing trip, as late season walleye fishing is some of the best there is. For the hunt of a lifetime, it's Chuck Cross Guide Service, Gettysburg, South Dakota.
Every man deserves a front row seat for the sunrise, to explore the Earth's great two-thirds on his terms, to take his son to a secret cove and cast for a fish so big it's got a name, to make an investment that guarantees a lifetime of memories. Get out on the water today in a Tracker Pro Team 175, the world's best-selling fishing boat, starting at just $14,995.
This portion of Outdoorsman Adventures is brought to you by Cone's Corner, Castlewood, South Dakota. Hunters, travelers, vacationers, we have all your needs.
You know, this old rod's kind of a special rod to me. It's different. It's a 7-foot split bamboo rod, a fly rod, and it's just kind of neat. It's one of my favorites, and I like to take care of it. You know, one of the ways I do that is the cheap shot, kids. It doesn't cost you anything. Go down to your hardware store and pick up some of this pipe insulation. You roll that fish pole up like that, or your spinning rods, whatever, and cut this to length and just slip that in there. Isn't going to protect you real much, but it'll surely protect that rod and those eyelets. And once you get that in there, what I do is I just take a little duct tape, wrap around that ever so often, because this is split. This is actually a split piece of insulation. And so I just hit it a little bit on the end so the rod can't come out. Wrap it a couple of places so it don't come undone. Throw that in the back of your truck and you're surely not going to hurt the eyelets on that fishing pole. This is a good tip. You try this. It'll save your gear for the next fishing trip.
We're here with Eric Hansen from Pehrson Lodge and Resort. You got a beautiful place here. First time I've been on Lake Vermillion, and I'm impressed. Not just with the lake, but with your facilities here. It's just unbelievable.
Oh, well, thank you very much. We're really glad to have you here.
As far as accommodations, how many people can you accommodate?
Oh, 100, 120, I suppose.
Really? How many cabins do you have here?
We have 28 units.
And then you've got the big lodge.
Yeah, one reunion house that sleeps 30, 35 people. It's configured as a townhouse.
This is a family experience besides the great fishing.
Oh yeah, in the summer it's ideal for families. We have a lot of guys that come here, bring the family here. The family can go out and have fun. They can play at the beach. They can go sailing, water skiing, and then Dad
can go fishing.
A lot of times Dad just wants to take off and go fishing for a few hours, and he wants to know that the family's going to be happy. So we have a lot of people that fit that description in the summer. But early and late season, we just cater to couples, fishermen, and retreat groups.
It looks like you're pretty full right now, huh?
It's busy, yeah. This is kind of the after Labor Day. People that want to avoid the crowd all kind of come, and when it's just quiet time, when we don't have the families here and as many kids, it's more just people that want to walk around and read and look for wildlife, catch fish.
And as far as wildlife, boy, there are some bald eagles that like to show off in this area. We've seen.
Oh, yeah. The whitefish come up near the surface late in the season, and then the eagles gather from miles around just to come here and feed on them. So we'll take the kids out on pontoon rides in late season, and we'll see, we can see 30 in a couple hours sometimes.
I'm really appreciative of you allowing us to come up and share this experience with our viewers.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to have you here.
That evening, we met up with Bob Benson, a local muskie guide on the lake, who would take us out to see if we can entice one of the lake's muskies to
types
bite.
Of structure we're going to be fishing today are weeds like we've got right off the side of the boat, and then obviously the weeds kind of transition into a nice rocky reef here. And every day it's just a matter of figuring out, what do they like better? Are they on the rocks? Are they on the weeds? Figuring out depths, colors, and lures that they like to, like that particular day. Every day is kind of a puzzle. It has no real answer to it except for what you find out here.
Yeah. Okay, dumb question. What happens when you hit the If the bait,
When something hits the bait, you're going to be waiting for the rod to kind of load up. You're going to actually feel them. With the surface bait, you let them make the first pull.
Yeah.
Once you feel them on, you actually feel, you know, the weight of the fish and pull. Get that rod tip up, lock them up hard, and
don't worry about the drag.
hang
Leave
on.
it as it is.
Don't worry about the drag.
Top Gun Hunting Ranch for some of the finest in pheasant hunting. Lifelong memories are waiting to be made in the fields and wetlands of Top Gun Hunting Ranch. With excellent bird numbers, first-class accommodations, seasoned guides, and championship quality dogs, the folks at Top Gun are focused on giving you a memorable quality South Dakota pheasant hunt. Top Gun Hunting Ranch, Howard, South Dakota. Offshore planer boards move your baits off to the side and away from the boat, allowing you to quickly and easily spread your lines out.
It will pull the flag down if you get a weed or a small fish or the big fish that you're targeting so that you'll know you have a bite.
Offshore side planers are ideal for a walleye and most freshwater fish. Be prepared when you hit the water. Purchase your offshore tackle products at your local dealer or order online at www.offshoretackle.com. This portion of Outdoorsman's Adventures is brought to you by Tilke's Sandwiches. Taste the difference.
So how many muskies would you say you've caught in your life?
You know what? I lost count when I got to 100.
Yeah.
And that's when I started catching them. And so, yeah. You know, my dad corrupted me when I was about 5 years old. That's one of my earliest memories was my dad catching a muskie. And he laughs because it was the first muskie that he ever released because I wouldn't stop screaming for him to get it out of the boat. And it's actually one of the earliest memories that I have, and you know, fishing for anything else just hasn't been the same. We've got here is a big giant mid-lake weed bed, runs right off the side. Big cabbage, big green cabbage beds run all the way down. The muskies will just be randomly, you know, scattered across here. And if you guys cast like straight off the side here, you'll be thrown right into the edge of the weed bed. Looks like a pike. Oh no, small muskie. Yep, I rarely ever catch them here. I'm gonna try not to net this one just because the smell. No, we'll get her. I rarely catch them this size. I like to take care of them, but they're beautiful creatures. We'll get a good look at it. And it's gone. It's important not to handle those little ones too much, but it's a very pretty fish. Here, you swing it over. Right, and what we're doing here is we're putting a little bit of bend right there. And what that's going to do is not only spin easy, but then these blades are going to clatter together again. And it's just that little metallic sound on a lot of these surface baits. That's what will draw the muskies up and not only get them to take a look, but actually get them to eat.
We'd be throwing huge baits as muskies, when they decide to attack, are looking for something big. Larry was throwing a spinnerbait while I worked the surface with a topwater bait.
Yep. Whoa!
We're at Pheasant Fest, talking with Gary Kubicek about Country Vet Pet Foods. What makes his pet food so special?
We use the same science on our biscuits that we do in our dog food, and that's an extrusion process where we actually grind all the ingredients and we apply heat and we actually cook the product.
I can't feed it if the guys in the plant don't make it right every time. That's the biggest thing with Country Vet is I know it's going to never let me down.
Looking for a year-round vacation destination that has everything the hunter and fisherman has been looking for? Well, look no further. Zipple Bay on beautiful Lake of the Woods has it all. Excellent accommodations featuring cabins, log homes, swimming pool, boat rental, and charter boat fishing. Lake of the Woods, a world-class fisheries, offer the best chance for trophy walleye and northern pike in the Midwest. In the winter, there's ice fishing in heated ice houses, dark houses, and tip-up houses with sleeper houses also available. Zipple Bay has everything the fisherman, hunter, and family vacationer is looking for.
Since 1967, Christensen Well and Irrigation has been serving Nebraska and South Dakota. A family-owned and operated business that can take care of all your water needs. From start to finish, Christensen Well and Irrigation can do it all. For over 20 years, Christensen Well and Irrigation has been installing T&L center pivot irrigation systems. Proven technology that works. One call does it all. This portion of Outdoorsman Adventures is brought to you by J.J. Benji, Yankton, South Dakota, for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
What do they say? The muskie is a fish of what? How many casts?
10,000 casts. But if it takes you that many, you're not doing it right. When that bucktail is coming in, you're trying to recognize that fish out there as far as possible from the boat. And as soon as I notice I've got a fish on, I start to go down. The down gets the fish's view off of me and back on the bait, and then I'll swing it up high on a big outside turn, and more often than not, they hit it way out on that outside turn out here, and it's a perfect angle for a hook set to go right back into their jaw. So again, it's bringing it in down low, and then out wide around the turn like that, and then a lot of times they'll eat it right there in the turn, and it's just
Muskies are known as a fish of 10,000 casts, with many of the hits coming right at the edge of the boat where you better be holding onto the rod and ready for a fight. I was bringing my spinnerbait towards the boat when a huge shadow suddenly appeared coming up behind my bait. As I started doing my figure eight by the boat, hoping to entice the fish to come up and bite, Larry's spinner ran right over the top of it, driving it away from the boat.
Oh, that was one.
Dad,
Yep.
come on.
Here comes. Sorry. Oh, this is your bucktail. Figure eight the bucktail. Figure eight the bucktail. You saw that.
that was a nice one too. That
Yeah,
was
well,
a
did
4-footer.
I screw up on him or what?
No, he just shot up. And for some reason he turned off that, but then I thought he was coming back to eat the surface bait, and he was looking at your bucktail.
Yeah.
And I saw him shoot over there because he went right under the surface bait and kept looking at the bucktail. One of the things that a lot of people don't realize about muskies is they like to travel around in packs. There's usually somewhere between 6 and 10 fish in a pack.
Really?
So when you find one up in a spot like this, you can see multiple fish off it. Sometimes in one pass you'll see 3 or 4 of them.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool, wouldn't it?
Sometimes, you can get multiple bites on a spot, which is very cool. But just seeing one like we saw earlier today kind of gives away the whole pack.
Didn't take long.
Well, we're with Bob Benson on beautiful Lake Vermillion. Why don't you tell our viewers a little bit about your guide service?
It's Northland Muskie Adventures. We're basically fishing Duluth North. Primarily Lake Vermillion is my body of water. I've been guiding up here for about 12 years now. It's just a fantastic muskie fishery. One of the probably the best muskie fishery in North America today.
Minnesota has such a variety of licenses. They make it real accommodating.
Exactly. I get people every year that are coming in and sometimes it might be their only day to fish. They're in the area, they drive by and they give me a call and we're fishing.
I'd like to thank our sponsors, the folks at Pehrson Lodge, Bucky and Bob, for taking Larry and I out on this trip. And thanks you folks for watching. We'll see you next time when we bring you another of our Outdoorsman adventures. More information on all that Pehrson Lodge has to offer can be found at PehrsonLodge.com. Let us not forget that freedom isn't free, and to take time to thank our veterans for all that they've done for us. Rooster!
That's where we go hunting.